Why hello there YouTube, and welcome to a random review. So as you can see, the last lot of videos that I've done lately, I've wore the same clothes because I'm doing them all in one day because I have the time. So in this I am reviewing the Return of Jafar, or simply Aladdin or Aladdin 2, the Return of Jafar. So this is a direct-to-Disney a direct-to-video sequel to the 1992 Aladdin, directed by Ted Stones and Alan Zaslov, and starring Scott Wagner, again, pronounce his name right, Jonathan Freeman, Gilbert Gottfried, Dan Castellantia, you know, Homer Simpson, and Lisa Larkin and Jason Alexander. So this is, I've already told you it's a direct sequel. So this, it's like, after the events of the first Aladdin, where Aladdin is, engaged to the princess Jasmine, and the parrot Iago, he manages to dig his way out with Jafar, and Jafar orders him to be released, and he doesn't do so. He throws him down a well, where a thief, Abyss Small, voiced by Jason Alexander, rubs the lamp and then has Jafar under his control. But Jafar wants to be free and have revenge on Aladdin, but he can't be free until he gets wished free. And Abyss Small, wishes he had some sunken treasure, but then he changed his mind because he was under sea and wished that he was back in the desert. So he used 2 wishes up, and he had to take his time with the third. But Jafar wanted that third wish to be free. Anyway, along the way, Aladdin discovers that gets saved by Iago and owes him a debt to at least have him imprisoned or something. But then he, in this, Iago sort of redeems himself and turns against, Jafar. And, the Aladdin and the gang get imprisoned, but then they, stop Jafar and destroy his lamp destroy him by destroying his lamp, and because he's still bound to it. So, and if he didn't, if he was wished free, he'd be powerful and unstoppable. But because he was bound to the lamp and Abyss Small never wished him free, he got destroyed. Okay, so likes and dislikes. First of all, I like that most of the cast returned for this, and it was an okay sequel. This film was about 68 minutes, so about an hour and 70 minutes at the most. And to be honest, I didn't really like this one. I thought it was a bit rushed. The cinematography and animation and the quality in that was nowhere near as good as the first film. Also, we didn't have Robin Williams as the genie, we had Homer Simpson. Now, Dan Castell, whatever his name is a good voice actor by voicing Homer Simpson, but as the genie, he was no Robin Williams. I mean, he did his best to be like Robin Williams, but early Robin Williams could bring his own improv and energy to that role. However, Homer did go on to, the guy who was Homer went on to voice the genie in the TV series, and and I guess with this being a direct-to-video sequel and Robin Williams being the biggest actor that they had in the first film, I guess they couldn't afford him. So yeah, I thought this one was a bit disappointing. I remember loving it as a kid, but looking at it now, for me, it's just not aged well. And, direct-to-video sequel. See, back in the day, in the 90s and the early 2000s, direct-to-video or the early 2000s, direct-to-DVD sequels were very profitable for Disney, because it's like, when they get released straight to DVD, it's like the kids are all begging their parents because they love the first film. It's like they beg, You know, if the first film was a success and the kids loved it, obviously putting it straight to DVD, the kids would be begging their parents to buy them the videos, and they'd buy them. So that's probably why it was so profitable for Disney. But for me, looking at it now, I just don't think that works. And, you know, I don't think they have done straight to DVD sequels recently, in recent years. I can't think of any, but yeah, this one I didn't really enjoy it as much as I did the first film. So, you know, I was disappointed by it, but I thought it tried to be a good sequel, but it just wasn't. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Aladdin, The Return of Jafar a 2.5 out of 5. So that has been my random review on that one. Hope everyone's keeping safe out there from the whole virus and everything. And you know, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are linked down below in the description, with my other 2 channels which are linked down below or in the cards above. Feel free to check those 2 out if they interest you. No pressure, but they're there if you want to see it. So yeah, that has been my random review. I've been Random Ross, and until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends, goodbye.